We in the building with it, man. Boss land, man. You already know it.
Yes, indeed, man. That energy a little bit different. A little bit humbling.
Had a big old slice of a humble pie. Good grief.
Man.
I don't want no more of that.
We finna get some more of that. You know what I mean?
Think so?
Oh, man. Yeah, we finna get that. We finna get exactly what we got. Maybe double. You know what I mean?
Finna get smacked like that?
We finna, I ain't gonna say smack, but we finna see it.
I ain't gonna lie.
We finna see the same thing.
I feel different.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn this down. Ooh-wee. Talk to me.
I feel different because, you know, I want the whole nation to think about this.
Mm-hmm.
We say we know the Cowboys, right?
Yep.
We swear we know this team.
Yep.
Well, if you know your team, know them with the good things too.
That's right.
This team don't play bad coming off of a loss like this, bro.
That's true.
They don't. And I don't really care who the opponent is. I looked at their offense, you know.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right. Defense is good.
Yeah.
But the offense, you know, they physical. That's one thing. I know that's where you leaning towards. They physical. I give you that. But I do know my Cowboys, and I look at it, bro. We know them in all the bad aspects.
That's right.
But let's know them in a good light too.
That's right.
I know that this team usually play great after a loss, especially an embarrassing loss. We just do. That's who they are. So if we gonna say true enough, hey, they can't stop the run, they punks, they soft, y'all say all that stuff, well, stand true to some of the good things that we know about this football team. That's in my opinion.
You hit
now,
that
until
right.
they show me different, if they show me different, then hey, you know, with more information, things change. But the Cowboys that I know, especially since Dak been at the helm, these guys don't play bad football 2 games in a row. We rarely even lose 2 games in a row. That's not who we are, and I stand pat on that. I'm steadfast on that.
Especially with this Ravens name. You told no lie. Everything you said was 100% right. And you will always have the panic, right? In my opinion. You will always have people that's going to take a loss too far. Like, it's not the end of the world, right? So,
yeah.
And every year is always going to be a super disappointing loss. Last year was Arizona. 1 year was the Colts, right? 1 year was Denver.
It just went this early last year.
Yeah.
And one thing I think we fail to realize too, this is technically our preseason.
Yeah.
Technically. If you want to think about it, this team collectively ain't had enough reps. And I know we got this new school ideology that we go by, but still, we shouldn't really be super hypercritical on stuff like this, man. I think we need to relax. I'm very hyperbolic. So this is like the pot calling the kettle black. But I had to sit back a few days and think on this. Like, we really need to relax. This is game 2. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have been in scream on the Browns. I know I'm guilty of it. I just trust in what I seen. We shouldn't have been that high up, and we definitely shouldn't be this low after this football game. I feel like it's irresponsible. And like I said, this team is a second week. This team don't even got no preseason. How many reps you think they actually had as a collective offense? Especially in real time. It's not many. You seen them the last 2 weeks. CD wasn't even there for count. And I said that on Twitter. I showed that play that Dak had CD for a touchdown, and I knew that was just miscommunication. I got people on Twitter talking about something, oh, that's just a terrible throw. Then next thing you know, Clarence Hill shared that CD Lamb said, yeah, that's on me. It's just miscommunication. He said exactly what I said. And like, it just shows you, man, I'm not just somebody just watching this stuff and saying stuff. Like, we actually know what we're talking about sometimes. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I just want people to really just take a break, relax. They still working out the kinks. Now, of course, this year, too, in the offense, we expected them to come out guns blazing on fire. But I told you, I feel like ownership kind of put a little halt to that. playing around with CeeDee Lamb money, playing around with Dak Prescott money, messing around with this offense. You got 2 rookies on offense. Then on top of this, one thing I don't hear people saying. All I hear is people saying, hey, we need Kubiak in them. We need Shanahan in them. This how you hear everybody saying right now. We need Shanahan in them offense. But one thing I didn't hear, ain't nobody really think about, bro. We ain't even have Jake Ferguson. That's our second best weapon. I ain't hear nobody say nothing about that for real. Like they didn't accredit that to some of the struggles we might have possibly had on offense. We was out. We did not have Jake Ferguson, y'all. That's a huge part of our team now. He is the number 2. It's not Brandon Cooks. He was the second in receptions last year. And we expect him to be an all-pro caliber player, like at least a Pro Bowl. Like, I feel like he's taking another step. So, of course, Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott needed their weapon on the team, and we didn't see him. But all you hear is people saying, we need Shanahan in them. That's all you hear people saying. But go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Nah, man, you was cooking, bro. Man, you put too many topics together. I gotta address all that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Nah, that's all.
I'm long-winded today.
Nah, man. Shoot, man. I'll tell you what.
First, go on your take why we finna get whooped, basically, or what, like you were saying. You know
I wasn't saying that.
You said we finna. Well, I guess. No, let you say what you were saying.
Yeah, let me say what I was saying.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was basically saying that, for instance, last week we said the Saints was gonna be the real test. So Zimmer failed a test, but sometimes you get a makeup test. You know what I'm saying? This is getting ready to be the makeup test. So, and a good thing about a makeup test is that you know the same thing is coming. It's basically the same type of test, but it's gonna be in different order. That's all I'm saying, right? So we getting ready to see our Achilles heel again, and it's good. It's to me what you need with a young team that's trying to develop, and you're trying to take steps to get better. So, and if I mix that with what you were saying, we don't play bad twice. We don't. Like, that's true. So this time, it should be better, but I'm gonna put an emphasis on should, because this team has done some things that has appeared soft in the chest. You know, it's like last year when they played San Fran. With all the talk of physicality, I thought we would play angrier than what we did. You know, so I'm still trying to get a feel of my team. You know, now if we come out soft this game, and knowing that they was one of the biggest names last year, oh, we got a major character problem. But I really don't see that happen. I see us coming to play.
I think so too. Cause I just don't see us being too far down in the dumps. You know what I'm saying? I know my Cowboy, bro. Like, I just say, let's be fair. If we know them, we know them. They don't really do that. You know what I'm saying? And then this ain't even football analysis. This is kind of like, you know, a mental health checkup on my team. This is who they are. This is what we see year in, year out. As soon as you're ready to just dog the Cowboys out and fire everybody,
they roar back.
Come back and play great.
They do roar back.
My bad.
It's a roar back team. Yeah,
this who they are, bro.
We'll roar back.
We gotta stay true to who this team is.
Yeah,
not just the bad things.
That's right.
That's why I feel good about this football game, bro. I do. I could be wrong, but I feel good about it, bro. I really do.
No,
I feel good about it. I know my football team. You know what I'm saying? I know them boys, man.
We talking scary too, landlord. We talking scary. Oh man, they 0-2. Ooh, they back against the wall.
They finna
bad. Ooh, they finna play us.
You could be 0-2 for a reason. I feel like they 0-2 for a reason.
Yeah, I watched both their games. It was good games.
Yeah,
it came down to the wire, and then you played the champs game 1. Come on now, you know that came down to an inch, right? No, this is still a good squad. It's still gonna be a good test. it's too early to count any one of the teams out. I don't care what the start is. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
So
You know one thing though, the one thing I'm kind of, I be concerned about is we had a good discussion on the show. Me, Tuck, West Coast, shout out to the new media, man. We was talking about the mentality, the identity. We don't have one of those. Now, if you come in here, you know how far reputation go. And I don't want to take us too far down a rabbit hole because I know we got stuff to talk about. But you know how far reputation go. Yeah. You know how far reputation go. Like, I asked them, I said, when you think about Baltimore, you just think about a tough, gritty defense. Like, that's who you think about. You think about Ray and them. You don't think about nobody, Hollywood, glamour, glitz at all. And these jerseys, these helmets, they have a reputation. And look, boss, you played. You know, it's that reputation matters. It really do. When you suit up on the field, like, bro, we from Birmingham. I bet you every city school come out here when they about to play, they like, oh Lord, that's Hoover. Hoover had a TV show, bro. They was like that. They had a TV show. You see what I'm saying? Them boys really like that. So they program is excellent. When you about to play Hoover, you sitting up there like, oh shit, man, it's Hoover. We can't be playing. That's a reputation thing. You ain't even seen this year Hoover. You just know that the type of program they run, these are the things that come with it. So it's a reputation. It's a mentality. I know. And it's, but I'm saying, as far as the Ravens' reputation, what do you see? And then I asked the crowd, I said, what do y'all see when y'all think of us?
Front run.
Step outside of your Cowboy fandom for a second.
Front runners.
That's what I'm concerned about.
That's what I'm
concerned about.
Front runners. We got a reputation. We got a reputation that if we get ahead of you, we go beat the snot out of you. But if we get some opposition, it get in our head.
If we met with resistance.
Yeah. And we not a physical team. We are not we're a finesse team. And to proven otherwise. Yes. We don't go in weekend. Shout out to my
guy from the city. He said, man, Hoover give me PTSD. Chill, landlord. Like, Hoover like that, boss. Like, they was like that. Them boys had a TV. I think they had a show on MTV. Yeah, a high school in Alabama. They had their own TV show. 2 days. That was Hoover. Them boys for real. So it's like, it's just a mentality, bro. That reputation go far. Do you think about a team like the Steelers? The uniform can beat you. Look at Bama reputation. Nick Saban gone. People still looking like, oh, that's Bama. They still look at it like that's Bama. You know what I'm saying? Until proven otherwise. That reputation goes a long way. And I just want to say, I give you mad props for last time because you was talking about the mentality.
Yep.
That mentality is a big part of the football, and I really neglected that because I'm trying to stick to the football X's and O's. I kind of want to abolish that. Yeah, I want to abolish that though because that's one of our weaknesses. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta keep that highlight on it. In my opinion, we got to keep that highlight on it because that's the only way we go get better. Is to call it out and be honest.
You're right.
On our discrepancy, and because me and you got sons, man. Like, what do you do with your son? You tell him the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta hear it.
You tell him truth. Like, you don't sugarcoat when he out there not playing up to the standard. You go tell him. So that's the same thing we do with these Cowboys. And to be honest with them, man, y'all are front runners. Y'all are up and down. Y'all are corporate. You are a white collar team. Now, this is the worst part. You a white collar corporate team with the most talent. So if you put on a dog mentality, you will wipe the ground with most teams.
It's over with.
Like, if they play with the mentality that like some teams do, and I'm gonna say this too. Me watching game 1 and game 2, the Saints is more physical than the Ravens. So I ain't worried about physicality as much as I am with the Saints, and I mean that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I listen, like, you right. The Ravens got this reputation of physical, and they do blue collar, lunch pail, right? Tough defense year in, year out, right? Run the ball type of team, just all the stuff that says, lunch pail team. Yeah, but nah, man, they not what the Saints are to me. And I'm not trying to give nobody no fake Kool-Aid. I'm just being honest on what I see. You know what I mean?
See, that represents the reason why I brought it up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We on the same page. I'm not talking about who they actually are. I'm talking about the mentality.
Right.
So I don't want my Cowboys coming in here, oh, this the Ravens.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, this is Lamar Jackson. I want them to be like, we the Cowboys. Y'all finna feel us today. You know what I'm saying? Like, this our house. Like, you got to have that kind of mentality, bro. And that mentality just, it's contagious. Like, man, I need somebody to come step on somebody one of the first plays of the game. I need to see some physicality to set the tone. Michael Parsons, if you that dude, defense come out there first, I need you to smack somebody. ASAP. I'm talking about just, bow. You know, and he don't even got to have the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, after the whistle. Like, I don't even care if it's a penalty. Like, for real. After you just went out there and showed that on tape, sir, you owe it to the whole fan base. Not just you, but the whole defense, the whole team. Y'all owe it to the whole fan base to come out here and show that you actually care about this stuff.
Right.
Because we do. You know what I'm saying? We putting our money on it. We putting our money behind it. You see what I'm saying? We need y'all to come out here and put something down. I'm talking about, like, I need to see my team lit out here. That's what I need to see. Because it sure didn't happen last week.
That what Hen just said, what's up, Hen? True and sad. Because that's all I want to see is Dallas Cowboy football. He said, what's crazy is we used to have a great reputation and we let it go to shit.
That's
he
sad,
right, man. This is the thing that, like, when you know your history, and I ain't saying you, I'm just saying period people that used to watch us, we played with more Dallas Cowboy heart in 2014 than we do now. When we had Rod with no names, but we always, even in 2015 when we only won 4 games, every one of them games was competitive. Every one of them games came down. We just was let down at the end most of those games. But even with McFadden, old man knock-kneed McFadden and Ramona broke back, you still was in them games. It still was a fight. Dallas Cowboys getting blown now? With all this talent? Oh, no, bro. That's a heart check.
I seen it. I seen that team go up there and beat the undefeated Saints. You know what I'm saying? Go up there and beat Peyton Manning. And I seen this team do that type of stuff.
With way less talent.
Lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Go start the season 5-0 and beating good teams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen that. You know what I'm saying? So it is, like, that's a great comment here. Shout out to ATM,
it's facts,
man.
bro.
That's real. That's facts. We ain't acting like we ain't never been him now. We was him, but we let it go. Now we them. Them boys. You know how they say.
Walk up in the life. Yeah, I'm really him.
Perfect way to get it to him.
Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really.
Yeah. Gotta talk about this. I can't wait. Can't wait to talk about this.
Yes, sir.
All right. You got it, bro.
All right. It's so crazy, man. They say this game is mostly mental anyway. You know what I'm saying? They say it's mostly mental. I think you can see that clearly on the little league stage. Like, you see it's mental. Like, little dude come out here smacking big dudes like it ain't nothing. It's a mental game. So I kind of want to have a mental health check with my guy, Dak Prescott. Like, you know, I understand you got robbed for MVP last year. I think you feel that way too. And it's strange. I don't know if many people asked him about that. You know what I'm saying? Do you? I don't. It's many people, like, I don't know about, like, what he said in response to that on record. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dak, how do you feel about Lamar Jackson being the MVP instead of you, despite you having way better numbers than him in almost every category? How you feel about that? I don't know if I remember what his response is, but I would guarantee you he's not a fan of it. He's not happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is something that bothers him. And I kind of want to see, like, this one of the games that you supposed to circle. Boss, let's talk some football talk, man. Like, let's do this, though. For real. Like, we circle games. You supposed to be petty enough. You supposed to be like, oh, they said this dude ranked higher than me in the nation. All right, what day we play him? We looking at the schedule, marking our territory. Like, yep, I'm going to smack him. Yeah, I can't wait to play them. That's football right there, boss. Where I come from, that's football. We circle games. Now, I know it can get you in trouble sometimes. You might be over, you know what I'm saying, exaggerating and trying too hard and all that stuff, but it's supposed to fuel you. It's supposed to fuel the fire to a certain degree. So this supposed to be a circle game for Mr. Prescott. I'm sorry. If it ain't circled, I'll be disappointed. But I kind of know the type of vibes that Dak on. I know Dak circled this game. Dak like that. He petty like that. He done circled this game. He know that this is one of the biggest talking points of the whole season last year, and he know that he really and truly deserved to be that MVP. So this is a battle for MVP right here, boss, to me. Like, I'm not saying it's a battle for this year's MVP, but I'm just saying, like, for the righteous owner of the trophy, it should have been Dak Prescott last year. Even the Dak haters got to be honest about that. Like, that man was better than him in every aspect of the game, but he didn't get it. So I feel like this should be a circled game for Dak Prescott, and I'd be just like Drake said, looking for revenge if I was him.
Yeah, me listening to Dak one of them, oh, the only thing that matters to me is the trophy at the end of the year, is the ultimate team, MVP is an individual thing. But I'm with you, landlord. You use any and everything to try to get all out yourself and your teammates. You know what I mean? And he really did get snubbed. Like, it would have gave Cowboy Nation a whole lot of ammunition if this man finally got most valuable player in the NFL. All that hating and all that line and rubberish and Mr. $60 million, Mr. $40 million, all the stuff that people were saying, you wouldn't be able to say that when this man has been judged the most valuable player in the NFL. So when they took that from him, they took a lot of credibility from him, and I'm with you, landlord. Hopefully he uses it as motivation, and I'm glad we get to see them do side by side, because it's one thing to judge me when I'm not in your area code, but see, when we standing side by side, let's really see who is the better quarterback.
Not running back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's see who can actually orchestrate the offense. And, like, speaking of that offense, you want to touch on that, or you want to, you know what I'm saying? How you want to move?
We can go to the offense, big dog.
Okay. From what I was seeing, man, it's a lot of, lateral stuff. Quick lateral stuff, dump downs. And, you know what I'm saying? They take their shots, don't get me wrong. But it seems like they supplement a lot of, inconsistencies with little tight end dump offs, little running back dump offs, and lateral plays. So this game right here, to me, is going to be real critical for us to make sure we tackle. You know what I'm saying? They got some yak guys. They got some small, quick, twitchy guys, and they can run after the catch. So we're going to have to make sure we get them. You know what I'm saying? Zay Flowers. The other guy, I can't think of his name right now. What's his name? Hill, something like that. Number 22, I think his number is. I can't think his number, but I seen him making plays all over the field too. Like, they like him out the backfield and everything. It's gonna come to me, but we got to make sure we tackle, man. This gonna be a very important game to make sure you wrap up, because Lamar is elusive too. Like, you can't have him in open space. I don't want to see Zay Flowers in open space. So we're going to have to make sure we go back to the fundamentals, you know what I'm saying, and make sure we have form tackles, wrap up, all that good stuff, because it can get ugly. Like, Derrick Henry too. You definitely got to wrap up form tackles with him, because, the offense gonna want to put them in open space. That's what their goal is, to put their speedsters or their best players in open space. And we're gonna have to come up and tackle. We seen, that the corners were struggling to tackle last week. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna expose that too. You're gonna see some outside stuff. They gonna throw the ball to Zay Flowers. I can guarantee you they probably throw at least about 3 or 4 screens to Zay Flowers, like wide receiver screens, just to see if we can tackle on the outside. That's almost a guarantee. So, especially after they seen that tape from last week.
Man.
Like, how you feeling, boss?
Let me pull up Zimmer real quick, and I'm gonna talk about it real quick. But to your point, and I'm pulling this clip at the same time, multitasking. You right, bro. We getting ready to see. That's why I said this is a makeup test. Because Zimmer said the same thing. I got it right here. Hold on real quick.
I got some requirements from Zimmer, like a checklist. I need him to do some things.
Check this out. I got it right here. And we can talk about it. And one of the topics I can't wait to get into, you talked about the zone versus man. I can't wait to get into that. We go talk about that. But check out Zimmer real quick.
Todd Archer with ESPN, you know how the league works. Do you anticipate more from Baltimore to doing some of this stuff, or are they kind of locked into how they run it and it's different than what?
Yeah, well, in this league, they're all going to copycat, so we have to fix the things that we didn't do well, and move on from there. And obviously they're going to have their meat and potatoes that they do.
Yep. So what we put on tape, people go continue to throw it at us until we show that was an aberration. That's what we have to show. We got to show that was an anomaly. It was a one-off. It is, if you don't show this a one-off, they gonna keep doing it. So the thing that they really was doing, a lot of people kind of, in my opinion, getting this wrong. It's an overemphasis on defensive tackle. If you really look at the run game that they was doing, they was really trying to make our corners tackle. That's what they really was doing. It wasn't a bunch of A-gap runs, like for real. It wasn't. Like, people believe that. That's why you keep hearing DT. No, it's about them corners too, and it's about your linebackers. So now we getting ready to see everything all over again. Cause like, why would you not copy what worked great? So yeah, and
especially if it's something easy to copy.
Yeah, it's already in the frame of what you do. So now we getting ready to definitely see it. But Zimmer said it was an anomaly. He said it was a one-off. He said it was aberration. Let me play it real quick, and then we'll talk about it. Then I want to get into that topic, zone versus man.
Okay. So based on what you're saying, the time you spent around this team and watching them practice and their approach, yesterday was an aberration from what you had seen up to this point?
I would say so.
Yep, he called it aberration. Yeah, a one-off. Yeah. So.
Well, we gonna see, right?
Yeah, we gonna see. You get a makeup test, Zim. You get a makeup test, and I'm cool with that. Yeah, just make up for it. Show us, hey, bad day. Because Zim said, I've never seen them play like that in my whole time here. He said, I've never seen that, So, which is kind of messed up because it kind of show you that it's kind of like
they Harvey Denish. Yeah, they could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that.
Especially your first home game. Man.
I think it was a mistake them leaving out Overshawn too. Now, I know they talking about he didn't fit in their base package, but once you see a guy play like that, you find time for him. You know what I'm saying? You find time for him. And I got some things I want to see from Mike Zimmer this game.
What you
know what I'm
see?
saying?
You said that
because
I
feel like, yeah, I do. Like, I want to see him attack Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him confuse Lamar Jackson. I need to see some manufactured pressure because it didn't look like we can make some, like, you know what I'm saying, by ourselves, mano y mano. That failed last week. So that was a concern of mine coming into this year. Without Slam Williams, with him going down, with getting rid of Dorrance and getting rid of Fowler, I really felt like we could be in a little trouble when it comes to pass rush. I know we got Micah Parsons, but we needed somebody on the other side. D-Law do what he do. You know, he's just not like that as far as pass rushing goes anymore. But I still think he can do what he do. You know what I'm saying? But we needed somebody who was a lineup, twitchy guy to beat you on the other side of Michael Parsons. And we don't have that. We got Nealon. He's a power rusher. He's like a DeMarcus Lawrence to me. I feel like he can be effective eventually, but he's still a rookie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how much could you expect from him?
Right.
That's the concern. So I need Mike Zimmer. I feel like it is his duty. I feel like he should and will have to manufacture some tactical things that'll slow down Lamar Jackson. He got to do it. It's going to be up to him. It's going to be scheme, because you can have a couple spies. You can have some QB contain. You can do all of that stuff, but I need you to make sure he's not comfortable. At least make him scramble around before he ready to. You know what I'm saying? I need to be saying like, man, Zim bringing blitz from the A-gap, from the safety, he's sending Overshawn off the edge. I need to see you doing stuff like that, man. I really do. Because I don't feel like we'll have a good shot if you just sitting back being complacent with Lamar Jackson. I just don't see it. Because I feel like he too comfortable, he too elusive. You just sending 4. Them guys don't have a chance to tackle him. Like, for real. A defensive tackle get lucky tackling Lamar Jackson. He'll have to run into them. Like, it's like that. Like, if he want to elude a defensive tackle, like a defensive end or any of those guys, they going to have a long day trying to just tackle Lamar Jackson. Like, just being real. So you're going to have to plot and scheme up and manufacture some pressure. And I want to see if he really like that. Like, you the OG, you got skins on the, you know what I'm saying, stripes on the wall, all that good stuff. I need to see it. I need to see you plot and scheme on a player like this and at least bother him to a high degree.
Yeah, and my boy Common Sense say we getting burned on them likes. I feel you though,
man.
100%. I feel you 100%. Y'all hit them likes, man. I know I ain't got to beg y'all. We know what time it is.
Yeah, hit the like button, man.
Y'all come in. Y'all know to come in and clean your room. You know what to do. Yeah, just go ahead and hit that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the same old routine. But, yeah, man, see, Zimmer also said in that press conference that he was considering spying Michael Parsons to Lamar. And I love it. I love it. You know?
I don't know, boss.
Push back. I want to hear this pushback. What you
I
got?
don't know, boss. Michael fast, straight line fast. I don't know if he lateral quick twitchy like that. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Twitchy like that?
I done seen him chasing dudes and it didn't work out.
Nah, I see.
Real talk.
I saw him miss a tackle with Watson where he should have broke down.
Hurts too.
Yeah, but I just want you to have that boy in duress.
I
That's
want
it?
Overshawn after him. I think Overshawn like that. Real talk. I ain't saying that he better than Michael. I'm just saying like
No, I know
he
what
look like
you're
he might
saying.
be able to move a little more fluent. I need some fluently moving dudes. Listen, this one of the guys I'm sending
You saying
DB
that
blitzes at.
Overshawn is more fluid than Michael Parsons, bro?
I ain't saying he quicker. I ain't saying he faster, but I'm saying he might move a little better.
Okay.
That's all. Micah on defense for a reason. Now, he's a phenomenal athlete, but I'm telling you straight up, he got a little stiffness in the way he moved, to me. Real talk. Because I've seen it, like, when he got somebody down the rights, he finna close and he finna knock you out. But when it comes to, like, being elusive with it, they shake Micah more times than not.
Damn.
They do.
I didn't know we was gonna see this so different.
Yeah.
So
Anyway. from what I've seen, I just feel like I don't like him in pursuit with them quick twitchy dudes. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he on a straight line, Micah's like that. He gon' close on it. But if it's getting elusive, I don't know. I'ma have to see.
How we looking on them super chats?
I ain't got not one super chat right now.
So I'm waiting on y'all to give my boy some super chats so I can hit this button, because I got some super chats over here I want to get to, but let's get them caught up. Let's also get them likes caught up too. I do want to defend Zimmer a little bit though. I do want to on the Overshawn. because he made it sound like they putting him on some type of pitch count. I don't know if I buy that, but I do understand the logic of having a base package where you felt like he wasn't ideal. Just due to his original frame. Because when he first started at UT, he was a former safety converted to linebacker, right? And we saw that sometimes you just don't, you can have the heart, but sometimes you got to have a frame as well, especially for the long haul of a linebacker. You know what I mean? So, like we saw it break down Curse, right? When Curse first hit the scene, he was Curse. They kept him in that box too long.
Start wearing down.
They kept him in that
The
box.
body blow.
So I do understand what Zimmer was thinking. And honestly, I know a lot of people not going to agree with this. I wouldn't want him to give up on it quite yet. That base package, that Eric, Morris, and Clark package. I know people hate Clark. I know people been talking bad about Clark, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't trust most people. I don't. Because when almost every time the crowd talking bad about you, I'll go take a look and I'll be like, bro, it wasn't what y'all said it was. You know what I mean?
True. Me too.
Yeah, you feel me on that? So
yeah.
And then, because I was looking at the run plays, and you know who I was seeing in on a lot of? Clark.
Yeah.
You know,
I just say, like, the only reason I push back slightly, man, is because I feel like it was obvious we were struggling to get pressure, boss. You was sending him off the edge last game against the Browns. Yeah, go back and look. Overshawn was coming off the edge a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the way you deploy him. Mm-hmm. And if you struggling in a game without pressure, I'm gonna need you to send Overshawn out there. You need to be sending, like, don't sit there and just not have pressure. That's all I'm saying. Like, do something, bro. Like, that's all I'm saying.
I like the idea of Micah as a spot because you ain't getting no pressure on Lamar anyway.
True, but you can be. It's just I think you got to be creative on how you sending them blitzes out. You know what I'm saying?
Or spies.
I just think
or spies.
Yeah, you gotta be creative with it. Like, it could be done. We've seen it being done. You know what I'm saying? And you got to make them pay. When he run that ball, I need you to lay some big time hits on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really hit him so he can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want no little friendly tackle. Like, nah, you got to make him pay for it. If he gonna kill you on the ground, you got to make him think about running again.
My boy say, watch us beat the Ravens, shockingly normal Cowboy. Yeah, I mean, it ain't gonna be a shock.
Sound like you know your team. That's just how I feel.
Yep.
That's how I feel, bro. I could be wrong. We could come back and be like, dang, it's something different this time.
Because, Landlord, I was straight up last week when I was telling you I had a bad feeling.
Yeah. You was right about that bad feeling.
And I was saying, I just want to make sure my team ain't got no BIT and oh man, I got the hiccups, goddamn.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
You got to carry, man. These hiccups might keep going.
Yeah, but you were saying that you don't want your team to have no punk,
bitch.
no coward, no yellow belly. You know what I'm saying? No chicken vibes in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We gotta have some grown men out here because this is a grown man game, man. I like the way I was hearing Eric Kendricks talking. And, like, you want to know something sad, man? I don't even know if I should say this, man, because I love my team, man. I don't want people to think I don't. But I'm going to just have to be honest with y'all, man. When you hear how Eric Kendricks talking and, like, his mentality, it sounds like he ain't from around here.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I promise you. It don't sound like he no regular cowboy. You could tell that he came from somewhere else. No lie. He just was like, man, this grown man ball. Like, hey, this the NFL. You gotta buck up. Like, if the way you hear it's like it's no other option. You see what I'm saying? It's like we gotta do this, we gotta do that. Go back and listen to his interview. Eric Kendricks was like, bro, this the NFL. Like, we gotta do this. Everybody gotta do their job. Like, it's no other option than what he was saying.
Yeah.
And to me, it kind of spoke volumes to like, bro, that's not a typical Cowboy dude. That's what it felt like to me. It's like, yeah, I know it's just talk right now, but I'm just saying it's like I can kind of get a glimpse of the mentality that he coming from. You know what I'm saying? It just felt like it's not a typical Cowboy mentality. And like, and with that being said, do you think we need to bring in more guys, like more free agent type guys with a different mentality that can kind of show the way for some of these guys? Because it looked like we might need something like that.
The only thing I would want us to bring in is DT. Potentially.
Yeah.
Another level DT. Because it's real interesting to me that we getting ready to bring in Carlos Watkins against this team. Against this competitor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they obviously put Phillips on punishment.
He wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
I guess they say he wasn't good enough.
Mm-hmm. Getting into this. Hey, Landlord, you're going to have to talk about this for a second, man. I got to go get some water, man.
Yeah, I got you.
I'll be right back.
We trying to see, is it Weewu with Jordan Phillips against the run? Because a lot of people were saying that it was defensive tackles that was in the way and getting thrown around. Now, we seen that. We definitely seen that. But was it the biggest problem that we had? You know what I'm saying? Was it the deciding factor? Was it the worst thing that we had going on? And I don't think so. I think it was, it was some of the linebacker play as well. It was some of the cornerbacks not tackling, not wrapping up. We seen a lot of things on film that a lot of people not talking about. So that's why we gonna call this Wee-woo season for sure, because it's a lot of wee-woo going on. A lot of people saying stuff and making up narratives that shouldn't be talked about, because I can't say that it was defensive tackles getting whooped the whole game. Did they get whooped? Yes. That's why us as content creators, man, we got to be real careful about how we deploy some of this stuff, because the reason I say that, I got a particular clip loaded in the clip that if I wanted to say something or make the people feel differently about a particular player, I could have been released that. But me knowing how powerful that could be and how dangerous that could be, I won't do it, because I don't think it's a proper representation of the player as a whole. It was just a bad moment. You know what I'm saying? It was just a bad moment. So I don't want people to take a bad moment and make it a bad player or a bad season, or just go haywire and make it just become a wildfire and spread like that. I don't want to do that. So that's why I say us as content creators, before we throw out little pieces of content and it pushes a whole narrative, we got to be careful with that.
Man, what I missed, man.
We do. Yeah, I just thought it was necessary.
It seemed like somebody was getting a whooping when I came up in here.
Nah, it was content creators getting a whooping, because I think it's dishonest for some of us to just put out little bits and pieces of content that can sway the whole narrative. Look, I told them about the particular clip that I got loaded by about a particular player,
Brandon Cooks,
that I never released, because I don't want that to be like the representation for the whole player, because it wouldn't be fair to me. You see what I'm saying? It was a bad moment. That don't mean he's a bad player. See what I'm saying? So they showed us a couple of bad moments, and now they saying that the player's just bad and they terrible. That's dangerous in the content world, because it's out. If you show a clip of anybody, you can show a bad clip of Dak. You can show a bad clip of CeeDee Lamb.
Man.
You see what I'm saying? You can show a bad clip of anybody and sway the whole narrative of the people.
I'm sick of that.
That's why it's dangerous as far as content creators go, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a lot of content creators, man. I did this in the off season. What was that center name out of Oregon? Y'all help me out. I forget about
the one that just
prospect.
got drafted this year.
Yeah, that one that all the Cowboy fans want. Can't remember his name.
I can't think of his name either.
They go tell me. Somebody go remember. We got too
Yeah.
many draft heads. I'm waiting somebody to put in the chat. What was that guy name? Oregon Center.
Let's see.
I should be good now. JPJ, thank you. Powers.
Yeah.
I knew y'all would remember. Thank you, Common Sense and Slabulu and C.
Jackson Power Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, so JPJ. I did this on Twitter in the offseason. I showed one of his best games. You know what I did? I pulled out his worst clips. Just to show you can take one of the best games and make it look bad if that's what you focus on.
If that's what your narrative is.
Yeah, and I see a lot of that. I do. It's like when you show me one clip and define a player, I'd be like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, nah, bro. Like, and it is deceptive when people do that. Like, nah, now. And remember, because I was telling everybody about Phillips before it happened. And I said, he's going to do this on occasion. I showed the clip. I showed him at Buffalo, not even New York. And when he was at Buffalo, yeah, every now and then Phillips go take some plays off. But we done ran Phillips off, bro, for real. We done ran. But I do kind of like the fact that they kind of semi-benched him a little bit. I kind of do like that a little bit. But I kind of also,
I know you want somebody to be made an example of, but do you think it was the right person?
No.
That's the problem. Yeah.
That's the problem. I don't think it's the right
I got
person.
a super over here too right now. If you
Oh,
wanna,
we got some supers?
jump on it.
Let's
I got a
jump on them
super.
supers. I've been waiting on it. I've been waiting on it. I've been waiting on it, Lance. I've been waiting on it. Let's get these supers.
Boss Land.
Super chats.
You first.
Hey, okay. Yeah, I got one. Mr. Dallas Law 43 with the $9.99. I appreciate you, sir. He says, my guys, our team is soft, starting with the corners, thinking they hard just to take on a block, but not tackling. They may be passionate this week, but that won't last.
Ooh. Dallas Law say, I don't believe it.
He said, we don't believe you. We need more people. I get you. I feel you too, man. Like he said, they gonna be spirited this week because people been dogging them, dragging them. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one.
If you got any percentile of a man in your soul, you should be coming out here ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Ready to battle this week. Now that's gonna tell me a lot too, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if y'all ain't ready, look. And then another thing, this right here gonna let y'all know a lot about your team. If we come out here and it's not successful early, and you don't see nobody over there arguing and about to fight on the sideline, yeah, that let me know a lot. Y'all boys ain't like that for real, man.
Yeah.
Cause listen, real talk. You supposed
real
to be
talk.
like, Mike supposed to be
And
over
you
there.
and we gotta call it out too, lad. I know you will.
Cause look, Zimmer ain't say nothing last game. Zimmer didn't do nothing. Man, we said Zimmer was a rah-rah dude. He was rawless. He didn't do not one raw.
Rollins. Put that on the shirt, boy.
He was rawless.
Rollins Zimmer. Rollins. That boy name is Rollins.
That man was without raw. That's what he was.
Facts.
Man, this man didn't even frown. Like,
Bro,
I thought he
what
was
the
a big bad wolf on the sideline. That's your defense, Mr. Zimmer. Do you not know that? That's your defense that represent your scheme on your team. But you ain't have a bad thing. I ain't see you tighten up nobody. I ain't see you get no type of straightening where we stay out here. I ain't see you get no type of straightening. So how are you you couldn't be that same dude that we remember, man. You another dude now. You a corporate Zimmer now.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want you. I hope it get to your office. I hope it get to your office because I want you to stand on it. Because I thought we was getting something that I like, I like rah guys.
Oh,
Then you end up being Rollins.
Rollins.
You know what I'm saying? Without Raw.
Without Rollins. Boy, you better put that on the shirt for real, dog. Oh, damn. That boy say Rollins.
The one without Raw, man. Like Game of Thrones. Like the one without Raw. That's him, man. I didn't like that, man. That would have been a great time to show
What the fuck is that?
Your bite. Your defense just went out here and made a mockery of defense as a whole. And you just over there just
Rollins. Oh, I love Rollins, man. You bro, that Rollins is dope.
What the fuck is that?
But, yeah, man. Yeah. And see, you said everything I said, bro. I said the same thing. I said that dude looked like he got his nuts cut. He did, man. He did.
Shout out to Dallas Law with one more. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Common sense coming through with the buzzer beater. Mr. Dallas Law says, why the corners always play so far off? That's something we're gonna have to discuss.
I ain't mad at that.
The zoning.
Can we say we was gonna talk about that? Let's talk about that.
Okay.
And I ain't forgot y'all super chats. I got y'all up in here, but we want to talk about that.
This the last one I got so far. Shout out to Common Sense. He says, what's worse is no one believed in the Cowboys. Media and fans are too close to believing the corporate South Cowboys. You are what you act like. That's something you don't hear, ain't it? You are what you act like.
You need to say it though, man. We need to all say it loud. Because I want to say it loud because I want to piss him off. I'm be honest. I want to piss off. I do too. I want to piss him off, bro. I just wanted to piss off Zimmer too. Yeah, because like if somebody calling you soft, bro, that's shit. But that's what y'all showing.
You are who you act like.
You showing that when them balls start kind of getting in the fight and putting them hands on you, y'all buckle. You do. I said this about my son, man. My son in Taekwondo. My son is gonna be 6'2", 6'3". So he's always been bigger than his counterparts. And I used to get so mad at him because he'd be like twice as big and would lose. I would be like, what? You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, you should break his face. What are you doing? You know, he tougher now. But when he was young, boy, he used to piss me off, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how the Cowboys are. You twice as big in terms of talent, but you play down. You do. And boys need to say that. Thank you, Dallas Law. Thank you. Because a lot of people could be like, you're negative, Dallas. Oh, no. Oh, are you a fan of that? No, he is keeping it real. Because what he said about the corners was true. What he said about they was not coming up, taking on them blocks. They was getting stuck on blocks. My boy M called it Olay, like dancing with him. Like, man, bro. Yeah, man. Man, I appreciate all the advice y'all gave me on that, on how to get rid of them hiccups. It worked. That water worked. Everything worked. Y'all see, I ain't doing that no more. But man, what you call Zim, bro? What you got?
Rawless. The one without Raw.
Rawless.
Because I thought he was raw, but I ain't see it. I'm just saying.
What the fuck is that?
I just think that was like the first thing you should see, man. You know what I'm saying? That was your time to shine if you was a Holland coach.
Yep.
Right? They just went out there and played like that. Man, you supposed to been spitting everywhere. I'm talking about fighting mad. Real talk. One game or not.
Let me ask you a question, man. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Do you think, and obviously we don't know, do you think they had a talk with him about not being as spicy as he's been in his whole career? Because that was kind of like his calling card. Like, Law always played that clip, you know, of him. Spitting. Spitting. Yeah. And Law was riding on that, and a lot of us was riding on that. You was riding on it last week. HTM was riding on it. Everybody was riding on. We trust Zim to bring a discipline and a toughness that we don't have, and he was Rollins. You know, do you
Rollins.
think they had a talk with him, or because I think it also could be him to where he trying to kind of fit into the modern athlete. You know how people say you can't coach the modern athlete, like you can't coach them like that. So you got to talk to them. You got to put your arm around them. You can't coach them like that no more.
Yep. I think that's it. You just stole all the thunder I had. I was just about to say that.
It's enough room for some more. It's enough room.
I really feel like that, the Joneses and, the organization probably look at it like, is that ideal for him to be fussing and stuff at our players? These players are spoiled brats. You know what I'm saying? They really are. And we talked about that on the show too, man. Cause think about it. These guys been dope athletes their whole life. So they probably ain't heard no ever. You know what I'm saying? No. I've been the best player in every school I went to. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody telling me no about nothing. So when you come here, think about it. And I thought about you. I think I shouted you out on that show. Mm-hmm. I was like, when we talking about 5-star athletes that's coming from everything, and then you come to the Cowboys with all the glitz and the glamour, and we got everything, you just gonna be a spoil riding person. You know what I'm saying? I said, do you think that the player personnel like Will McClay and them take that into consideration and be like, man, we probably need somebody who never had nothing. You know what I'm saying? We need some of them JUCO players like Boss was saying. We might need some of them guys because we can't have somebody that come from everything and then let them land right back into everything and more. That's going to be a spoiled person right there. You see what I'm saying? You might need some of them guys that got it out the mud, man. So I think they might be trying to compensate like that, for real. Real talk. That's why we play with those guys like that, I feel like.
Yeah. Let me get these super chats caught up, man. They starting to load me up. I appreciate y'all, man. This boy Eric Stu.
Salute.
Eric Stu. This dude is a Philly fan, bro. That's funny, bro. This super chat is funny, bro. Dog, you mess as hell, bro. Sometimes you gotta laugh at the Philly dudes, man.
See, we gotta bang back at him, man. We can't be coming in here with all them birds. Good Lord.
That boy
got 76 birds.
That boy put 80 birds on them, bro.
What them birds was Monday, though.
Oh, man.
What them birds was Monday.
Hey, he miserable right now for Monday. Go ahead
Kellen Moore shot him down.
Hey, and we told y'all it was gonna happen too, bro. We told y'all that dude is a horrible game manager, dog.
That game was lost because of Kellen Moore. Real talk.
Yeah,
and the defense, they pitched in too. But the defense would have never been in that situation if Kellen Moore wasn't doing that what he did. So yeah.
And so Dallas Law, he's showing love over here too, man. He said,
Salute.
Boss, why the corners always play so far off? For sure, they tell the coaches and players not to be too emotional. That's a serious detriment. Let's talk about that. That's a good super chat. Because we said we was going to talk about this man versus zone.
True.
I
think that's interesting.
Henny brought out last week from game 1 that we hardly ran any man at all, right? And we was cheering it against the Browns, but then we saw us get torched.
Terribly.
I mean, hold on. I think I got a fire button in here somewhere. I know I do.
Yoga. Dakaris. You got to hit them. Yeah. Game was wrong. The Harris. You got to hit the Harris button.
Got torched. So, hey, I'm not with zone all day long. Sometimes it's
not
stupid.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's stupid, especially in a matchup like this, bro.
I was just about to tell you, I thought you were finna say you ain't with zone at all. I was about to say in this matchup in particular, zone sometimes might not be terrible. Because the reason I say that is because we know how dangerous it is with a running quarterback in man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
your back turn.
He's finna torch you.
Yeah.
So in zone, that means everybody looking at him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at him. That's one of the good telltale signs if you looking at film, if you want to know if they playing man or zone.
Yeah.
Because if they playing zone, they looking at the quarterback. It's almost.
I ain't worried about Lamar like that though, landlord.
Running,
yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Running, Because if you playing zone, you looking at him. So if he break out running, now you go pursuit.
But
If you playing man, you don't even see him.
See, I'm going to Dallas law. If you playing man, to me, this is what you doing. You putting the pressure on your front seven to get to Lamar, and you trusting your back four to cover. That's what you're doing. But when you playing zone, you putting your back four sometimes in that run stopping role.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and to answer your question, why did they play off? I mean, off man is good at times, and then it's bad at times. I think off man is good when you're trying to bait, when you're trying to read the quarterback, read his three-step, read his drop. Sometimes you're trying to disguise when you off, you know, you're trying to have it look like a certain coverage in which it's not. My main thing is if you go play off man coverage, you got to make sure that, or off coverage, period. When you see run action, you got to come up and support. That's the main thing. And Dallas Law is one of the first people that I heard challenge the corners. Because you heard nobody challenging the corners. You know what I mean? Everybody talking about DT. Bro, I promise you. Did I show you that film yet? Did I show you that?
I seen your show.
Okay, you saw the show. So I ain't got to show it again. Man, them corners was tripping, bro. You know, and ain't nobody talking about it but Dallas Law. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. I know they go challenge them corners again. So I think they need to mix it up, to be honest, Dallas Law. I think they need to play some press. They need to play some off. They need to play some zone. They need to play some man. But this is the type of team I feel like we got the matchup advantage. I think they have threats, you know, and Zay Flowers is a very good route runner, but he's not a scary number one, bro.
You gotta get physical with him.
Yeah, you think so?
But they don't want you to get physical with him. They keep him on the move.
Yeah.
If you get physical with Zay, you'll be able to neutralize him a little bit. But if they got him on the move, you know what I'm saying? Most of the times you see him, he's in motion, and you know what I'm saying, then he start his route. They know how to hide him.
All right, let me get some more of these super chats, man. And then he say, hey, boss. Yeah, let's talk about this, man. JL said, hey, boss. Here this crazy stat. Lamar Jackson is 21 versus NFC teams, 41 TDs, 28.7 points. And I'm going to tell you what I call that.
Oh, you see this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Yes, that stat is true, but it is junk science. It's exactly what I said about the home field advantage. See, last year I called that home field advantage junk science. Oh, shut up, boss. See, I know numbers and I know stats. You can't take honest, and I'm being honest about statistics, okay? You can't take no stats serious until it reach 100. It's random. It's like dice. See, you can get hot in dice. But it's gonna average out if you gotta know when to get out. You know what I mean? Right? You gotta know when to take your money. Like if you stay on that dice game, unless you know how to really, you know, finesse the dice. But if you just letting the randomness of it work itself. So I always say this, when you see stats like this, you gotta look at who they played, not the NFC. It's about who. It's the same thing I said about home field advantage. It's about who you played at the house, not being at the house. You know what I mean?
Who and when.
Who and when. Yeah. So that's a good super chat. But don't trust the junk science. He ain't got no advantage. He ain't gonna be Superman to us. Cause you know he 21 versus NFC teams, and you know if it's you know what it really tells me. In my opinion, you know what the 21 says to me is that these NFC teams not used to the physicality, and it shocks them. In my opinion,
and he a unique person to deal with too.
Right.
But you know what's something else that support what you saying?
Mm-hmm.
Something else that support what you saying. That's junk science. That one victory came against the Giants.
The
Giants.
You mean that loss?
The one loss came against the Giants.
Right.
So I mean, we know the Giants ain't been talking about nothing for a while.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know when it was. Maybe it was back when, they was winning championships. I don't even think he was in the league. So it couldn't have been back then.
Trey,
So,
Trey hit back fair. He said, we don't lose 2 in a row, junk science.
I don't know. That's a good point. That's a good point. But I took that as like, I'm not even going off the numbers. I'm going off the field. You know what I'm saying? This is how I feel. So I ain't saying it's a science to it. I'm just saying this is how I feel. Because we've seen it. We've seen it over a period of time.
I think the difference is when you look at it shows that we're a rally team, in my opinion.
I think that's the personality of Dak Prescott too. I think it fit his personality.
Yeah.
No lie.
Because he does have 2 bad games in a row. He don't. Dak
get
go
pushed
crazy.
Down, Dak get up.
Dak don't have 2 bad games in a row. I haven't seen it. And to a degree, it could be junk science. It could be just like them. Because Trey, I got to be fair both ways. It's just like shaking them dice. You know what I mean? But right now, the pattern is we don't play bad twice. It's just what it is. But we also was fair because we was already fair on this though, landlord. We was already fair on this. I don't know if you remember, but we already said we got to see though. We didn't just. We just wasn't like. But we finna win. Nah, we ain't say that.
Yeah, I ain't say
go. We ain't say that. We ain't say that.
that.
Nah.
I just said I feel good about it because of this. You know what I'm saying? Because of I know my team. It ain't even gotten into. You know what I'm saying? They've been, the same old Cowboys. They've been like this for a while.
Right.
And this is one of them prototypical games after everybody's low and feeling terrible and talking about jumping off a bridge and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Now the Cowboys just come out and just go crazy. And now everybody back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we going back to the who we got after that? The Giants or somebody? I don't know. I gotta go look.
I got 2 more super
that's
chats.
how I usually go.
BJ33 said, this right here a prove-it game for me. Yes, it's early in the season, but games like these show you who you are. Yes. Period. Oh, man. Before I even finish reading it, I'm going to start clapping. Yep. Hold on real quick.
You right.
And then funny, he said, we known for bouncing back after a bad loss, so let's see it. No excuses. Man, see. Excellent super chat, BJ. Excellent super chat. You got anything on that before I get my
I like what he said, though. This is early in the year, but this is a prove-it type game.
Yeah.
But, I want you to know, though, it's a prove-it type game to us. Because guess what? If we come out here and beat the crap out of the Ravens, they're going to be like, oh, it was an 0-2 team. That's what the narrative's going to be. The narrative going to be, oh, that's just an 0-2 team. It's the Ravens. They're going to act like they sorry all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Just like they did with the Browns, and then the Browns went and won a game after that. So,
my boy, Cowboys Nature say, boss, I don't see, I think he mean us. Boss, I don't see us beating the Ravens. I always think we can beat anyone, but this game we lose. We don't beat really good running teams. Anybody that say that, you have major reasons to say that. You do. And if we being honest, and if he putting his fandom and his pom-poms and all of that, if he looking at it from just pure analytics, right, and patterns, Cowboys Nature is right. This is one of the best tests that you could get. We called last week a test, but this is a test behind a test. You know what I mean? This is a makeup test. You know what I mean?
This year we will be tested.
Yes.
On several fronts.
Oh, yeah. And these are good tests early. See, we getting tested early. And see, it's a lot of people that got problems with our running backs. Go look at the running defenses we've been going against. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you heard what I said about that.
I heard what you said about that, big dog.
Man, I said, bro, this is a Zeke game. You talking about physicality? You need Zeke to spearhead this game. Real talk. I don't want to see Deuce this game. I know y'all like Deuce. I don't want to see Deuce this game, bro. man, no. I don't want to see it. I'm sorry. That's just me, bro. Like, I can't speak for everybody. I don't want to see Deuce this game. I need to see some physicality at the running back position, man. Like, Deuce is not finna do it, bro. Because when I seen him in the other runs, I'm like, I get it, but it's not working, bro. It's not working. And this is just not that, not that Deuce is like terrible. I'm not saying that it's no place for him on the team or any game ever, but I'm talking about this game in particular. We need somebody who about that life in a physical aspect. Real talk.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, that's what kind of get on my nerves when I listen to people cover the Dallas Cowboys. You never really hear us talk about physicality and creating that physical identity. Everything is always like it's chess. It's like they do this type of motion and they do this type of scheme and they do this. Like, bro, sometimes them dudes is just tougher, you know? And it's like when we start talking about physicality, people just lose the value of tone setters like Zeke. Now, I could show you McCaffrey himself talk about that's one of the keys to San Fran. That he said they don't just talk about the technique. He said that they talk about how they do the technique in terms of physicality. You don't hear that from us enough. You don't hear that from our mainstream media. You don't hear that from our content creators enough. You don't hear that from .com enough. We are a corporate ass team that done lost track of what football is really about sometimes. And sometimes it's about, I'm just tougher than you. I'm meaner than you. I'm finna whoop you. And we don't talk like that. We act like that's not even part of the game.
True.
And you right. That's why I clapped it up for you. I ain't mean to cut y'all, bro. You just kind of got me going.
I think we have kind of separated what, to me, football is not glamour and glitz. That's what the Cowboys is. You know what I'm saying? I see riches and opulence when I think about the Cowboys. Like, it's magnificent. You know what I'm saying? When I think about football, I'm sure because I came from the hood and, you know, poverty and stuff. But I think about, you know, a dirty locker room, musty, you know what I'm saying? Pads. Like, bro, football was never clean and pretty. Football is ugly and dirty. Them words that synonyms with football, in my opinion. You wouldn't relate football to glamour and glitz and cleanliness and prettiness. No, football is nasty, dirty, ugly. That's football to me, right? That's a problem in Dallas to me.
And then Henny say, this is a Dak and CD games. Ravens have given up the most passing yards and are allowing over 70% completion percentage
through 2 games, I guess.
Through two weeks, yeah. Yeah, I still think, and you right on that. I think you got to hit their shots, but to me, it's how you set it up, in my opinion. It's you got to set up your shots, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And I think you're right, because if you try to go into this game finesse, you're going to fuck around and get ran up out of here. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Like, I think, you know, you got to set it up. I think because, you know, with being physical, because they go try to be more physical than you, you know? So I think you set up your big shots, your play actions and things like that with the physicality on the ground. So I think it's a combination of what.
I need to see Tank leading the pack this week. Like, I need to see something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Our dogs in the middle of the pack this week. Like, we need to set the tone this week, man.
So what's the order? I mean, so what game would you want to see? Like, what running backs would you want to see this game? I know you already kind of excluded Deuce,
Zeke, and Rico. Like, I need some physicality. I need somebody. See, one thing, you could say Zeke ain't got it no more and all that stuff, but I promise you, ask a linebacker, ask a safety. They still think twice about tackling this dude, man. And, like, everybody could tackle him one time, but what about when you put that times 10? You know what I'm saying? Times 15. Them little dudes start breaking down and start thinking twice about it, man. He's just a big dude. So, I mean, that's physicality in a nutshell right there. Like, Zeke is a personification of physicality at the running back position. Real talk.
And
So,
I think
yeah.
Zeke, be all the way honest, especially watching him last game, I think Zeke is hearing this noise. He ran anxious last week. I was saying it live, you know?
Yeah.
And he did it 3 times. I saw it. He was ducking, you know, ready to run people over. It's like he trying to be greedy for that average instead of just going out there and playing football.
Yeah.
Zeke, if you listening, bro, they gonna hate on you anyway. Play your game. Be loose. Have fun, Zeke. You gonna shut them up just with you playing your game. Don't push nothing. Don't try to do more. Just do Zeke. Because there was a lot of times in open field, I wanted him to use that jumps cut, and he trying to truck bars, you know? So, you know, I think the noise getting to him, for real. I think the noise getting to him. I think all that public doubt and all that stuff, you know, just getting to him because he wasn't himself in terms of just loose, you know, and just kind of letting the game come to him, like, and reacting. You know, it's like he had his mind made up on what he was gonna do already. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
So anyway, let's take some calls, big dog.
Back in it, baby, just staying in town. I'm on the edge, I ain't coming down. I get too high, I'm afraid of the ground. I'm young and I'm paid to play with these sounds. Ignoring the call, she shutting that down. Started at the top and I'm taking it down off the champagne. Took a break from the brown on a rampage. I've been giving it brown.
You know who I want to call in? I might even call out.
Who that?
That boy Hen.
HTM.
Yeah.
In the conference.
I like when Hen disagree. He always give you a separate thought.
Yeah.
And sometimes he changed.
It's a
my
think
mind.
tank, man. I like other ideas.
Yeah, he changed my mind sometimes, for real. I give my boys credit. I got the number up here, man, but y'all know how we do. If y'all don't call in, we go get our final words. We go play that outro music faster than lightning. You know how we do.
Quick.
Cause I'm already pushing through under the weather and all that kind of stuff, sniffling, wiping my nose and doing.
I ain't even ate dinner. I've been at work for about 14 hours.
I'ma literally give y'all 5 seconds to call in if y'all don't call in.
You see the sacrifice we make for y'all, man. We do this for the culture.
Yes, indeed. We
do it for the culture.
That's right. All right, so we got us one. That's all we need is one. That's all we need is just one. All right.
Yo, what's going on, boss?
What's up with it, Tyreek? And Henny called.
Hey, oh man, do you want me to hold up so I can start the Henny?
No, you go ahead and go. Let me lock these phones,
The conference has been locked.
But what's going on? What's going on, landlord? How you doing too, man? How you and boss doing tonight, Cowboy Nation?
Chilling, man.
You know what I'm saying? My bad about yesterday, man. My the headphones I had in my head.
You were tripping yesterday,
it kept
boy.
hanging up, man.
Nah, boy,
man, so I just wanted to
listen. Let me tell you how my boy Tariq did me. Tariq, I locked these phones sometimes because it was too many. Like we had 10 call in just at once, right? And Tariq, he like, boss, open it back up, man. You know. And so I opened up the line, right? 2 more people jumped in. Tariq jumped out. I'm like, you motherfucker. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. My fault, man. Hey, like let us say, man, charge to my brain, not my heart, man.
Man, it's all good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is what I wanted to say about our team because I really didn't catch all the show tonight, fellas. My fault. I just kind of jumped. I finally got a chance to call in, so this is what I wanted to say. Yeah, man. When people running the ball like that on us, we can't have Michael Parsons on the edge like that all the time. He needs to back up, and somebody else needs to be up here on that edge so we can have him hunting. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be a hunter at certain times. He's going to be a hunter far as on the edge sometimes, but sometimes he needs to be running straight forward at the quarterback. Because you cannot sit here and tell me if this dude was playing he was standing up and he was coming from like the linebacker position straight at Derek Carr, that he wouldn't have hit him a couple times, because if you go back in that game, the one time or maybe two times that he had a clear path at him, he accelerated straight to him and Carr got it off just in time. So I know Parsons would have hit him and rattled him a couple good times. And the reason I'm saying is because I feel like sometimes that we be taking our players out of the game, our star player, and Parsons he is the star player of our team, one of the biggest ones that we have. I don't like how they do that sometimes. Dan Quinn was doing that last year. I didn't like it. Sometimes you got to make a decision to, if we're going to stop the run first, this team's going to run on us like that so they can get into play action. I need to have my best player running straight up the middle, straight at him. Or I got to be creative. I can't just leave him on the damn edge to get blocked up by one of these big linemen and take him out of the play. That's not cool. Smart coaches don't do that. And I know Zimmer is a smart coach, so I know he's going to see that. And I said that to say this. Man, they better not never take Overshown off the field from no goddamn clock again, dog.
Man, you tripping, Tyreek. You tripping. No, go ahead.
Nah, bro. Nah, man. You know, you can't do it, man, because I don't see the effort with Clark like I see in Overshown. Overshown he over-accelerated Michael Parsons. And Parsons, we know Parsons got them extra speeds. That dude hit a different gear, man, in that first game. Why would I take the attitude off of the damn field? We need attitude. That's how you got to let your dogs go hunts.
I think that was a big mistake, too.
If Hooker and Wilson not doing it back there, put my dog Bell back there. Put my dog Wanye back there. Let these dudes go hunt, man, because we need some attitude. That's what we've been missing in Dallas for the longest. It's attitude players. Because it's too basic. And teams be keying in on us, and they be taking players out of the game. And that's my main thing, man. If these dudes don't want to play, you go bench them. Put somebody else in here. You know what I'm saying? And let them go hunt. And I'm going to say one more thing before I get out of here, bro. I don't have a problem with them trading to get another star player in here. That's what I think we're missing too on defense. If there's a player like Hassan Reddick or a player like Allen on the Redskins, if we can get them away from them, if we get these dudes away from these teams, let's go get them. Let's add some other pieces to this team to make us a better team, because the great teams do that. They got great players and they got good players. We making money moves. We did some of the things we were supposed to do at the last damn minute, but I don't like it. But we did it. Let's make some moves, man. And another thing, I'm gonna put a hashtag. Start putting hashtags in these chat rooms saying free my boy Flournoy, because these other wide receivers ain't helping out, man. If Flournoy can come here and help out, let this dude come and help out. I know that was a bad game by them too, maybe by Brooks, but maybe Brooks just might be a player that just need to come in on occasion and catch a couple good passes. He might not be a starter. Let's not hang our $240 million quarterback out there to dry, and our wide receiver that's getting the money too. Let's not hang these boys out to dry. We need more weapons. Other teams have more weapons. We're the only team that I be seeing that our organization wants us to do more with less. That's BS. And I hate when people are always saying Tom Brady did more or less. That's bullshit. Because you can't, the reason I say that's BS is because Tom Brady had Randy Moss at one time. Tom Brady had Corey Dillon. Come on, man. I sit back and watch the greats, and I see what they be doing and how the organization do. You got to spend money to have good and great players on your team when you need them to step up. Because both sides of the ball might not have great days, but maybe the other side of the ball is going to carry the other side of the ball to the victory. We see it with the Chiefs all the damn time. What don't we get? Other teams are loading up. We don't load up. We think we can just do it with rookies and some power old players, old good players, and some power good players, like just decent players. We can't do it like that. That's not how the league is built. And every time we get kicked in our damn teeth, we at the same point. But I'm upset that we 0-2. We lost 0-2 like that at our house. We got kicked in the teeth 2 times at our house. I come that Green Bay game. That taste wasn't out of my mouth. Good Browns victory, but to get blown out like that again at home, like that was uncalled for. So they need to start picking up phones around there and let's get this thing together. You know what I mean? Because if Baltimore come in and do that to us again, man, I don't want to hear nothing. Jerry, they need to make moves. I don't want to hear nothing. And I'm sorry for taking up you guys all the time like this from other people that want to talk. But I just had to get that up off me because I've been a little pissed off about that, man. I get mad when everybody else get good shiny toys and we gotta play with the bullshit. Like, no, man, that ain't real, man. That's not the old Jerry Jones I remember. It's some buzz. But hey, it's still Cowboys for life. You already know. Let's beat Baltimore because I really want to beat them and talk my stuff because I'm tired of these Buffalo Bills fans that I know talking all this crap up in upstate New York. Like we ain't them boys. That's all I had to say, fellas. Thank y'all.
I appreciate it, Reek. Man, it was a good call. All right, so my last super chat, he said teams have a plan to punch Dallas in the mouth by running the ball. And then he said, but punching in the mouth goes both ways. Make them go 3 and out first drive. I love that super chat. All right, we got Henny. Henny, we got you, big dog.
I'm here, bro.
All right,
let me start with this, man.
Yeah.
I ain't as concerned about the run defense as everybody else. I was putting in the chat box, but them boys, they only listen. We were down 21. We were down 21-6. They had only ran the ball 6 times for 21 yards up to that point. The run game was not why the Dallas Cowboys were getting their ass whooped to start the game.
Big plays.
They were big plays, like wide open wide receivers, like nobody around Alvin Kamara on the screen pass, 70-yard bomb to a wide receiver because the safety didn't get enough depth in his zone. He's supposed to have the deepest man. Like you're playing too deep safety look. So listen, you can survive 6 carries for 21 yards. You can't survive 6 completions for 199 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's right. You
can't turn okay and average quarterbacks into Joe Montana. You just can't do that shit. So, now listen, I like Derek Carr, but he is not like that to be out there just going crazy on us, man. So, the Dallas Cowboys, there are things they got to do better. When the game did get close again, the run game was still a little shaky. But I'm more concerned about the big plays. Will the Dallas Cowboys get enough depth in their zone? I know they want to have people up in the box to stop the run, but at the same time, you have to have the wherewithal and the know-how how to get back into zone. If you want to play that zone, you got your linebackers in zone. The moment you see it's not a run, you got to get more depth on your drop back to that, man. You got to at least make them elevate the ball over your head. Like, those are harder throws. If he can just sit there and throw piss missiles through the middle without having to even elevate the football, then of course you're going to hit people in stride. Of course you're going to be master plays, man. But and Bob, what's crazy, I don't disagree with you because they played a little bit too much zone this last game.
Yeah.
Right, especially for the people that they had.
Yeah.
But they played a little bit too much zone. They probably should have mixed it up. One thing that concerns me more too, we have ran cover 0 absolutely none. There has not been a single time this year that we brought an all-out blitz at this point.
Right.
And listen, I think you should have gambled this last game. You were getting nothing.
Right.
You were getting no pass rush. They're max protected.
Exactly what I said.
Listen. Yep. And that's really the most egregious thing to me. If you're gonna max protect, you can at least cover the guy. You got 4 people rushing and 7 guys in coverage. You mean to tell me that 7 guys can't cover a 2-man route concept? So that's what probably was more egregious to me than anything, man. But I feel good about the Dallas Cowboys matchup against the Ravens, man. Yeah. So like y'all was talking about reputations before. Dallas Cowboys had a great reputation up until recently, man. We weren't looked at as the damn front runners early on in the early days when Zeke was a 1,000-yard rusher. We were considered a physical football team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's up until recent years that people will consider Dallas Cowboys front runners.
Right.
We went to Pittsburgh, beat Big Ben and them. We beat the Ravens. They came to our crib.
Sure did.
We went to Dak Prescott then went to Lambeau Field, no Dez Bryant, and beat the dog shit out of Aaron Rodgers.
With Bryce Butler.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bryce Butler was that man leading receiver.
Yep.
So this is my thing, man. Like, we still got some dogs on our team from back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Zach Martin was there. Dak Prescott was there. Zeke is still here. You know what I'm saying? So, B-Law, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of those guys that went through some of those battles are still here. So I feel like we got the DNA of some of that. But listen, when you put stuff on tape like that, it doesn't matter what you did before. You got to update your resume.
Ooh.
And what's happened? The Dallas Cowboys don't really have a lot of updated resume. You look at their job history, like, damn, you was district manager back in 2010. You've been unemployed for 5 years. What the fuck you been doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't got nothing on their resume since then, man.
What Biggest Miles says,
okay, look at them the same way.
bullshit.
Like, you put in some work, but them bodies old, man. Them bodies old. You got to catch you another body. Streets need a body.
Shout
So
out to
whether or
Famous.
not you and listen, I don't even think the Baltimore Ravens are that good this year. They lost a lot of pieces. They got 3 new starting offensive linemen. They lost defensive players. They even lost Odell Beckham, even though I don't think he was a great asset to them. They missing a lot of things from what they had last year that made them the number 1 seed, and they're playing like it, right? But even so, I think just the thought of beating a team like that with that prestige, the reigning MVP, will do a lot for the Dallas Cowboys psyche going forward.
Right. I agree. Totally. Man, great call, man. I knew you was going to call in and bang, bro. Appreciate it.
Anytime, man. I'm hollering at y'all, boy, bro.
Man, next week we're going to have to do this with Hen. For real.
Yeah.
We're going to have to do this. Next time we're going to have to do this show with Hen. I think that's just a, good magic when Hen and Landlord. That's a good
that's
magic.
going to be dope.
Wes, that's all y'all boys. All y'all. It's a good team. Y'all a good team, bro. For real. Yeah,
appreciate
a very
it.
good team. So y'all already know, man. We at that time. So y'all know what it is. These final words. Landlord, I'm still not sure who we are, man.
It's too early.
I am leaning on being honest. We're a bitch.
Wow. That's bad.
If I'm saying based on what we put out the last 2 home games. For real.
Yeah.
And you gonna have to change that, Dallas. You gonna have to change that. If I'm over here, I ain't gonna never forget my coach, Coach Swayze. I was playing with a great athlete named Will Pettis. He was 6'3", ran a 4.3, had feet like a cat as a cornerback, could play receiver, return, everything. Dude was a dog, you hear me? He got beat on a slant route for 70 yards. I ain't gonna never forget this. So we was sitting there watching the film, right? I ain't gonna never forget this, Landlord. So we watching the film of this UBA receiver who took it 70 yards on my boy Will Pettis on a slant route. And it was because he was playing outside leverage. And I ain't gonna never forget my coach, he turned off the film. He turned to us mad. And he looked right at my boy Will. He said, "You playing like a bitch." and we was all like, because this our best athlete. You know what I mean? We was like,
Yeah.
and I ain't gonna never forget my boy Will did this.
Dang. Shrunk.
But because my coach kept it real with him, guess what he did the next game?
Balled.
2 interceptions. 12
That was on his
tackles.
mind.
Let me tell you what he did. My boy Will Pettis against East Carolina. We playing down there U of H. Went crazy. 2 interceptions, 12 tackles, caused 2 fumbles, was everywhere. Because somebody had to keep it real with him. You not playing up to the standard of your potential, bro. That's what I mean by playing like a bitch. I'm saying it in the spirit of my coach. You know what I mean? That's my final word, man. My final word is Dallas Cowboys, play up to your talent. Stop playing like a bitch. That's my final word.
Hey, that's a hard act to follow right there, man. Hey, I really do feel the same way, though. I just feel like I know this team, and it's just, I know what to expect. It's hard to explain, man. You know, I feel good about it. I just feel like this team is a response type team. They'll get knocked down, get up type of team. And I feel like it really do, it correlates between Dak Prescott. I think it kind of feel like Mike McCarthy too. I think they might be the same type of guys, like that got knocked down and had to get up, the tough, physical, gritty type coaches and quarterback. Because we know who Dak used to be, man. He just ain't that guy no more as far as physicality because he got smart. But we know Dak will run through you. Dak will run over you, and he'll try his best to. It don't matter if you're a linebacker, a defensive end, it don't matter. Dak will put his shoulder down and try to run you over to a fault. So, I mean, don't question what type of mentality he got. And I think that kind of trickles down to the rest of the team. I feel like they're resilient. I really do. I feel like the Cowboys are resilient. The only thing about it, though, resilience don't help you in the playoffs because you only get one shot. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to have to figure that out. Maybe lose a game before the playoffs and then go on a streak or something, you know what I'm saying? But resilience don't help you in a win or go home situation, and that's what we've been struggling at. But if you tell me for the chips, for all the chips right now, I feel like the Dallas Cowboys gonna respond. Now, will that result into a win? We'll have to see. But I bet I'm willing to bet they gonna come out there ready to play ball come Sunday. And that's my final word.
You standing on it. I ain't mad at
you. Yeah.